Hey, what's up, book lovers? My name is Miriam and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm here to do my July wrap-up. So in July, I had a pretty decent reading month. I read 7 books. I gave 3 of those books 5 stars, 3 of them 4 stars, and 1 of them 3 stars. I kicked off the month reading A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. This is the first book in Sarah J. Maas's trilogy. Basically, it's a Beauty and the Beast retelling. It's about this girl named Feyre who's one day out hunting and she kills a fae, but she thinks it's a wolf. A member of the Faeland ends up coming to Feyre's house and tells her that she has to live in Prythian, which is the Faelands, in exchange for that fae's life. Usually human beings don't survive in Prythian, so Feyre has to figure out how she's gonna live there. So I really liked this book, but I didn't love it. I was a little underwhelmed and it was slow in some parts. I think I definitely prefer Sarah J. Maas's Throne of Glass series to this trilogy, but if you do enjoy retellings or you enjoy stories about fae, I would definitely recommend this book. I really liked the fae in this book, very different from other fae that you may have read in other books. The best part of this book was definitely the ending, and I will definitely continue with ACOMAF. I've heard that a lot of people who don't like ACOTAR might like ACOMAF a lot more, so I'm looking forward to reading ACOMAF soon, and I gave this book 4 out of 5 stars. So after I finished ACOTAR, I picked up Point of Retreat by Colleen Hoover. This is the second book in her Slammed trilogy. I wasn't a big fan of Slammed. I thought it was fun, but I definitely enjoyed Point of Retreat a lot more, mostly because it was in Will's point of view, and I really can't stand Lakin. She's really immature and annoying. There was a lot more focus in this book on the kids, which I really enjoyed because they were the best part of this book. I also read this book in one day. I don't know what it is about Slammed and Point of Retreat. Like, I read both of them pretty quickly and they're just very addictive. I think they have a very addictive quality to them. Even if you're not really enjoying the plot or the characters that much, you just kind of like want to keep reading. I don't know how Colleen Hoover did that, but I really couldn't put these books down. And I gave this book 4 out of 5 stars. The next book that I read was Burn for Burn by Jenny Han and Theo Bon Vivian. This story basically follows 3 girls on an island that are out to get revenge on people who have wronged them. And I was very pleasantly surprised with this book. When I went into it, I wasn't expecting to love it or like it that much. I thought it was just going to be an okay read, but I found myself really enjoying it, and I kind of couldn't stop reading. The characters were really fun to read about, and the revenge plotline was really fun to read about. It definitely wasn't the best book, and it definitely didn't have the best writing, but I very much enjoyed it, and I will be continuing on with the rest of this trilogy. And I ended up giving it 4 out of 5 stars. The next book that I ended up picking up was Illuminated by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. Finally, I read this book. I got it in BookCon 2015, and I haven't read it since then. Even though I had it before it came out, I didn't read it. And the main thing about it was that I was really intimidated by this format because it's not really your typical book. They're told in like interviews and like IM messages. So I was really intimidated to read it because I'm not used to reading books in different formats. I usually only read like, the normal books that you have like in prose. I also don't tend to enjoy books that take place in space. But I loved this book. It took me a while to get into it, but once I figured out what was happening, once I understood what was going on, I couldn't like put it down. It was just like constant things happening, and it was not slow at all. It was very fast paced. This book follows 2 characters named Ezra and Katie, and they just broke up at the beginning of the book, but then they're caught in this space war as their city gets attacked right in the beginning. And I really enjoyed the characters. The main female character in this book, Katie, like I hear people talking about how much they love Illuminate all the time, but I never hear anybody talk about Katie herself that much, and it's really surprising to me because she's one of my new favorite female protagonists. She's so awesome. Loved her character so much in this book, and I feel like she was very underrated. Like after I read this book, I was like, I never hear anybody talking about her, even though they talk so much about how much they loved this book. I ended up giving this book 5 out of 5 stars. After that, I picked up This Girl by Colleen Hoover, which is the 3rd book in the Slammed series, and this one is mostly Slammed, told in Will's point of view. There was a little bit of present tense Will and Lakin in it, but for the most part it was Will's point of view of Slammed. And I thought it was okay. I didn't love it that much. I definitely think Point of Retreat is my favorite of the 3 books. It was still fun and it was still fast. Like I said, I don't know why, but like I could just read Colleen Hoover's books really quickly. And I ended up giving this one 3 out of 5 stars. After that, I finally picked up the first book in the Percy Jackson series by Rick Riordan, The Lightning Thief. Everyone's already read this book, and I think everyone knows what it's about, but if you don't know what it's about, it basically centers around Greek mythology, and it's about a 12-year-old boy named Percy Jackson, and he finds out that he's the son of a Greek god, basically making him a demigod, and he gets sent to Camp Half-Blood, where he's basically safe from all these like evil forces that are after him to kill him. I was so worried that this book wasn't going to live up to the hype around it because everyone loves it. Like, this is a book that people love almost as much as Harry Potter. This is a series that people love almost as much as Harry Potter because they've grown up with it and I didn't. So I was really worried that because I read it at this point in my life, I wasn't going to enjoy it. But I very, very much enjoyed it. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. It was fantastic. It was everything, like, so funny. I don't think I've ever read a book that was this funny. Like, Rick Riordan is hilarious, and the snark and sass of Percy Jackson is all I need in life right now. Like, it's so perfect, and I really, really can't wait to move on to the rest of the series and then read all the other series that Rick Riordan has written, because I have really high expectations for them now, and I'm really expecting some awesome stuff. And last, but certainly not least, I read Harry Potter and the Cursed Child by J.K. Rowling, John Tiffany, and Jack Thorne. This book, oh my god, I am still feeling all the feels, because I read this in 4 hours, and I definitely regret it, because I should have let it take a longer time, because now I'm in withdrawal, and I need more Harry Potter in my life, and I obviously know that's not going to happen because this was the more Harry Potter since Deathly Hallows. The best way to describe this book is exactly how it's written on the back. It says the 8th story 19 years later. Exactly how it's written on the back. And I definitely think you should go into this book blind. I went into this book blind. I just knew that there was going to be stuff with Albus and Harry as a parent. That's all I knew, and I loved this book. I know a lot of people were talking about how they're skeptical and they didn't know how to feel about all this new canon Harry Potter. I'm in love with it. I will always be in love with it. And I just love this book so much. It was everything I ever needed. Can we just talk about how much of a cinnamon roll Scorpius Malfoy is? Like, my new baby. I love him so much, and I loved everything about this book. I can't believe that we finally got a new Harry Potter book. And obviously, it's not going to be the 7 books, because J.K. Rowling didn't write this, all of it. Most of the book was written by the other 2 authors, John Tiffany and Jack Thorne, so obviously it's not going to be the 7 Harry Potter books, but we got more canon Harry Potter, and it was epic, and it was awesome, and it was fun, and it was a thrill, and I'm still reeling from all the feelings. I was reading the first page, and I was like, oh my god, all the emotions. My characters, I love them so much. It literally picks up right where we leave off in the epilogue of Deathly Hallows, right from there. That's literally right where the book picks up. I just loved it so much. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars, and no matter how many people say they might not like this book, or they thought it was weird or whatever, I loved it, and I'm going to defend it till the very end, because it's Harry Potter. So now I'm just trying to figure out how to move on with my life after reading this book, and can we just please never stop with the canon Harry Potter? Just, Harry Potter should never stop, ever. I want to be 30 and we still have Harry Potter books coming out. That is the key to my happiness. Harry Potter books forever. So those were all the books that I read in July. I am very happy with the way things ended in July, obviously because Harry Potter is life, and now I'm reading The Last Star by Rick Riordan. No, not Rick Riordan, Rick Yancey. Whoa, okay, Rick Yancey, and I'm only like 70-something pages in. Yeah, 75 pages in, and I mean, it's okay. I wasn't the biggest fan of the 5th wave, so I was like, I'll read The Last Star because I read the 5th wave and the Infinite Sea. But I'm just scared that I'm going to be in a kind of reading slump after Harry Potter. Hopefully I'm not, and I'm hoping for a good reading month in August because it's going to be the last month before I have to go back to school, and school always ruins everything. So I'm definitely going to try to be on top of my reading this month. So if you guys read any of these books, let me know how you felt about them down below. If you read Cursed Child, let me know how you feel about the Cursed Child. If you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. I will leave all my social media links down in the description below if you're interested in following me anywhere. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time with a new video. Bye!